firstly, I'm glad you now know where this place is. And secondly, pretty good performance after quarter time. You must be pretty delighted right now.
Yeah, delighted. Let's calm down a little bit, Chris, but I'm happy about the fact that we, tick some boxes and continue to try to stabilize our defense the best we possibly can, and that's going to lead us to better places. And we just have not been consistent enough or long enough in games to give us chances. And this game got in the mud, which is where we love to play. And we did a much better job just across the board with our intent to go play our defensive foundational things. We're really concentrating on those, and I thought the guys were just pretty relentless. We had some other opportunities at the rim, and we couldn't score, and the game got a little bit tight again, but they just kept grinding away, so a lot of positives to take away.
It felt like the big key was they like their defense and forcing the other team to turn it over to then fuel their fast pace, but you took good control of the ball and didn't allow them to get out and run in offense, and as a result, they only scored 45 points over the last 3 quarters.
Yeah, we were obviously very conscious about them. They're probably one of the hardest playing teams in the league, and they do create a lot of turnovers with their activity and the length they have, and you definitely have to take care of the ball, and you can't be sloppy in your approach with them and giving them live ball turnovers in transition. They'll do a number on you. And so I thought for the most part we did a good job there and took care of the ball, and more importantly, the rebounding was, again, pretty solid for us, and things that we can do. We just have to make sure that we're on point again as we move into the next game.
It felt like your aggression, sort of attacking the basket, was key in that first half as well, to stay in touch, and I think you had 22 foul shots in the first half. That felt like it was important, and then there hasn't been too many times this year where you've been on the right end of that foul sort of difference, so it's nice to see that 34 attempt number next to your name.
Yeah, I can't agree with you anymore. It is nice that you get rewarded if you're going to the basket and you're getting good catches and you're attacking, and we were quite diligent about making sure that we would get the ball inside and kind of slow the game down a tad. And again, we have guys that can score around the rim, and if we're not getting the ball to Magnay and Dang and Bannon in there to create some action for us, then shame on us. So we had much more better intent about getting them the ball interiorly.
We talked about Tiger after the last game, and then you decided to make the change with Ben in the starting lineup, but they both ended up actually playing pretty well tonight, I thought.
Yeah, listen, I talked to those guys, Hitman, DJ, and we flipped them over with Marshall and Benny, and I thought just a balance of getting subs off the bench and having a little bit more scoring punch with DJ and Dang and Tiger coming off on the second group would hopefully give us a little more balance. And it's not always the right thing to do, but I just felt it was time for us to make a little bit of a change. And ultimately these guys are playing roughly the exact same minutes that they always do. And if you're a player, you want to finish the games. It's not necessarily how you start and who you start, but we got good balance across the line, and the guys that were in their study came in there and gave us really good relief when we got a bunch of fouls on our wings. And so there was some good overall team play for us.
Just to you, Will, how are you feeling after that?
Yeah, it's good to get a win. On the road, it's always tough, and I think the way we did it was good, and we just just kept attacking, and rebounded well, and shots didn't fall sort of for either team, but I think we were the most aggressive, and it sort of paid off in our favour.
I know they scored 36 points in that first quarter, but it felt like you did a pretty good job to not be further behind, and then you're able to get the game sort of on your terms from there. How did you sort of see it playing out?
Yeah, they shoot some crazy threes, and you're never really sure when it's going up or who's going to shoot it. So you have to always be ready for that. And they hit a couple of tough ones, and you credit to them. They're good players and good shooters, and you just try and steady the tide a little bit, and what's working for us and what offense can we get through, and just be in gaps, keep trusting the next stunt, and keep trying to rebound. But those shots are hard to make all game, so at some point we knew they were going to dry up a little bit, and from there I think we handled it well.
You drew 10 fouls on you tonight, and that felt like it was key, just because you're aggressive, but also it got their bigs in foul trouble. Have you made that an extra focus to want to be a little bit more aggressive attacking the basket?
Yes and no. I've been challenged by the coaching staff about my effort and energy this season, and yeah, I've just made a mental challenge and to myself to try and be aggressive, and credit to the team, they keep looking for me as well. So I wouldn't be able to do that without actually getting the ball. So it's sort of a team effort, and it's a little bit of a work rate thing, but something I'm still working on.
You've got through 60 minutes now in these 2 games since the break. It looks like you're moving pretty good out there. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good.
Scott, I know you haven't thought about your next opponent yet, but now that you head up to Cairns on Saturday, they're coming off a big win. They'll probably get some bodies back. It's another good test, but a good chance to try to build some momentum now. Yeah,
listen, every game's going to be difficult the rest of the way out. There's a lot of teams vying in that same spot, and they're all difficult. And Cairns got us the first time around, and they have a lot of talented players. They're very similar to this group in some ways with their shooting. So we'll just have to be on point and get our rest tomorrow as we travel back to Melbourne and start to look forward to playing up in Cairns. But we should be excited about what's ahead of us, and we'll just keep attacking.
Thank you, guys. Not sure if there's anyone else online, but I'll open it up to anyone else.
Lance, do you want to go?
Yeah, just a couple from me. Scott, Nick Marshall's performance, on the night where you guys, I think you hit 4 3-pointers, he had 3 of them. His impact also defensively, getting into the head of the opposition players was immense, wasn't it? How did you see his game?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we're also starting him. But, he's been fantastic all year. He's played a lot of big minutes already for us. And with DJ being out for that 8 or 9 weeks that he was out, he obviously had to step in and get force-fed a lot of minutes. And he's a wonderful, wonderful kid, but he's a very hard worker and very diligent about being a professional and studying video and just wanting to get better. And our environment creates that. And he's the perfect guy for us because he can just play multiple roles. And he's only going to get better in some areas there. But his impact has been really great for us all year.
How proud of you were you of Ben Ayres' performance tonight against his former side? He was flexing to the opposition bench at one point.
Yeah, I think for Ben, he's here because he does have a little bit of an edge on him, and he can get a little bit fired up and push the boundaries. But for me, his passion to go play and loves what he does and gets after it, and you want to reward a kid like that, and as long as he's staying within the confines of what we like to do. And he gave us great energy coming out, and he has been giving us great energy throughout the season, and him and Tiger together to have that kind of game is exactly what we're looking for from that point guard spot.
You opened up a 8-point lead early in the third quarter, and then the shot clock malfunctioned. Firstly, obviously, must have been a bit of a strange situation for you. But secondly, for your boys to actually regroup again after that must show some strong mental strength.
Yeah, we've been in these situations a few times already this year, and we've not been able to get it across the line and just not been on point in some areas. And the shot clock stuff is going to happen when you come into these venues that are not typically up and running for the NBL, and you just deal with it as it is. But there's always points in the game where your tendency is to either dig down and get gritty and get after it and do the things you need to do, or you have these moments of lapses and just not into it. And it was good for us because we had multiple shots at the rim for about 3 or 4 minutes that just didn't go in, but we just kept fighting and solved some problems, and it was just a good gritty effort by our guys.
And just one more, Will, do you think this could be a bit of a turning point victory? It's such a significant win against a side that was really riding a high wave of emotion after their win over Melbourne United on Sunday.
Maybe there's still lots we can get better at in that game, and how can we get better for Cairns and whenever we play Saturday? But I think we'll look at video and try and obviously repeat what we did offensively and stay aggressive. But what can we fix defensively and grow? And we won't look too far ahead and just get back to work.
Thanks, guys.
Good. Thank you.